Hey guys, what's up? It's Cade. I haven't been on YouTube for a long time, actually. It's been a couple of years, but oddly enough, I've been getting a lot of contacts lately. People contacting me, finding me through Facebook, and requesting more videos. So I just thought I would make this today and check in. I don't really have a lot to say, but it's been over 5 years, I guess, since I started my transition, and things are going really well in my life. I'm working at a really great shop where I'm surrounded every day with people that I love and accept me. Ironically, when I first went to that shop, I did not disclose myself as being a trans man. Um, but eventually what happened was that Vancouver's a pretty small place, so friends of friends know the people that I work with. It turned out that the owner of the shop's best friend is a woman that I used to be roommates with 20 years ago. So eventually it sort of became clear that there was kind of no way around that. The nice thing is in that process, basically what I did was, as I became closer to each member of the staff and got to know them a little bit better on a personal front, I would tell each one individually. What I later learned is that nobody in that shop went to one another and talked about my life behind my back or anything. I would not expect from these people at all that it would have been perceived as a negative thing in any way, shape, or form, especially knowing them now as I do. But at the time, it was kind of scary. It was that whole coming out process again. And, not that I was fearful that they would sit and sort of slander me or question me or something behind my back, but it was really, really nice to hear after the fact that no one has ever had that conversation with each other. They completely, you know, honored me and my trust and kept it as a conversation between me and them. And that's pretty special. Um, but that speaks to the kind of people I'm working with, and I'm learning so much more about myself and how to be a better person in my community. Because the salon I work at is just amazing, and it's supportive of all kinds of communities. In fact, in February we went down to Mexico and volunteered in a couple of orphanages and visited 3 different villages. And we actually brought back 2 pups that we met on one of the first days in one of the first villages that we were there. And this guy came out of his house and he had these 2 little sick puppies, and he didn't have money to fix them or care for them, and their mother had died. And so we left them at a vet. We went into the other villages that we were going to do our volunteer work at, and on our way back we stopped in at the vet, and we weren't even sure if they were still going to be around, but they had survived and started to thrive. So we brought them back to Vancouver thinking we were just going to foster them and give them away, but we ended up adopting them. The owner kept one, and the manager of the shop kept the other one. So their names are River and Luna, and if I have an opportunity, I'll take some video and put that up here as well. But if you want to check my Facebook page, and there's tons of pictures of the pups on there because they're around the shop every day, and it's hard not to focus on puppies, and it's hard not to be happy when you're surrounded by puppies and watching them grow and thrive. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, I just thought I would check in. Things are going really well. I'm not seeing anybody right now, but hopefully that's going to change. I will work on coming up with some ideas for future videos. I think it's a pretty exciting time right now. If you've been following any of the major stories in the news, there's been a lot of focus on trans issues. I realize there's still a lot of work to be done, but the more visibility that we have out there, and even if people don't always agree, there's been a lot of, both sides sort of. I've heard positive and negative feedback in regards to like the Bruce Jenner story. I'm not really going to address that right now, but I think it's important just to have that visibility to start the conversation. And also, Aiden is somebody that I made friends with years ago when I first started my transition through videos on YouTube, and I'm really happy for him to see all the steps and progress that he's made, being such a visible trans man, and it is rare and unique, because that's one thing I'm constantly saying to people is, there's a lot of people in the media, a lot of trans women, it feels like where the media always focuses on is when someone approaches the subject of transition, they automatically sort of go to men transitioning to women, but I don't feel like there's been a lot of talk surrounding women transitioning to men. So I'm really proud of Aiden, and I think we should all be. I think it's amazing. Good Morning America, Men's Health magazine, the FTM magazine, just getting more and more momentum in this movement and awareness. I'm not particularly an activist per se in my community. I'm more involved, I guess, in humanitarian issues than specifically like trans issues. But my videos were a way for me to sort of educate people who wanted to follow my process. And yeah, interestingly, like I said at the beginning, I now, years later, even I have people contacting me and wanting me to say something. And I'm not sure what it is they want to hear, but if you have any ideas for future videos or any questions or anything, feel free to leave some comments, and I'm happy to address that. Yeah, so I just wanted to take a minute, check in, and make a short video to say hi. I wish you all well. I hope everything's well in everyone's world, and I'll speak to you